This is something that you see popping up over and over in your practice.
Yes, and this is what I'm going to say to
Yeah.
that. So yes, I think some of the things that have been potentially tolerated or had a longer patience strand for is drastically shortened. So the things like, I don't know, I'm going to use a really basic example, but it might be things like, I don't know, someone might have a chore that's theirs, take the trash out, whatever, let's use a stereotypical kind of thing. And in the past, it might just be a bit of an eye roll if that's not done, or a little bit of irritation or whatnot. But the differentiating point when we're feeling depleted, if you like, in our hormones, or we're on that roller coaster ride, would be take the fucking trash out now. And the way of communicating is different. So it's shorter, it's sharper, it's often more direct, and with some irritation punching behind it. But I would say the key aspect to that is the fuse length is shorter, and often the delivery is much, much more direct. Like, you will not be left guessing what's going on in that moment.
Do you have a good advice for women how they could bring up those bodily changes, those mood changes? How can they bring it up with their men in a safe space where nobody feels like they have their back up against the wall?
Yeah, so I think that's not an overnight thing if couples don't have a really great side of their relationship across the board. So, because truly in this phase of this transition, this wonderful, vibrant transition of, it's like an opening up for women, actually. It's where the wisdom is shining more. It's where that authenticity is stronger. It's the solid sense of self. Like, it's a really beautiful, empowering time. But if the container of emotional, psychological safety has not been part of the relationship from its duration, it is not magically going to show up in this phase. And in fact, it's going to be tested more. So ideally, if we want, say, women to be able to bring up in a grounded, lovely way, the relationship needs to be ready for that. The communication skills need to be ready for that. The container holding, the energetic container holding of, say, for the partner, help me understand what's going on for you. I might not get it fully, but I want to be able to understand it. One of the challenges that often come up in sessions where women get really irritated with their partners is if the partner comes in with either a solution when they're not having a felt sense of body experience of the perimenopausal changes, and women typically despise that, and they don't feel understood or heard. They feel like that it's a problem to be, when actually it's a full transition, and that needs to be held, that needs to be spoken about, that needs to have some understanding, some empathy, some emotional intelligence behind it. And it could, one of the great ways to do it is also bring a lot of humor into it so that it can soften the whole field. Like, when the agitation is there, laugh about it together to some extent. Or if there's a brutal attack, then for the guy to not take that personally in that moment in time, to find a way together to bring some lightness and some fun and some laughter into it. It's not always going to be possible, but the energy between the couple needs to be that that's a possibility. Hey, honey, I don't understand what's going on right now. Maybe you don't either. But it looks like the shit is about to hit the fan here from a explosive point of view or from a swing point of view. Honey, is there anything I can do right now? Or what? Like, where are we at? So that there's moving toward it, as opposed to, shit, if I just disappear into the background, this shit might end soon. And then we can just go back to doing what we do. So I think partners being brave to lean in, even though it might be challenging, and the women experiencing and being able to also lean in and meet, and then talk things through, laugh. And if the partner says, is there anything I can do? Be honest about what that might be. But number one tip for the fellas, do not come in with a solution. Come in with a collaboration of wanting to understand.